Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gabriel. I'll be taking you in this video, paper 3, February 2024. Now, the first aspect of the paper is what we have on the screen. You have been supplied with the following source files: banner, calc, distance, image, SBS, text, and video, all with their file extensions. So, task 1, evidence document. Create a new word process document. That's the first thing. Make sure your name, sender number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. So I'm going to create this document. So blank document. So my name, center number, and candidate number. So I'm putting that in the header. Name, center number. My center number is CN for center number 01, and candidate number is 001. Okay, good. Then what's the next thing? And the question says that save this document in your work area as M24 evidence underscore center number and candidate number M24. So I'm going to save it in my work area. Save as, browse my work area. Let me save it on the desktop and call it work area. Okay, work area match paper 3. Okay, work area paper 3. Okay, good. Then so according to the instruction, I'm saving it in work area paper 3. Then I'm going to save this as evidence M24 evidence underscore center number, then my candidate number. Okay, as a word process document. Okay, then I'll click save. Good. Then the next one is you will use this as your evidence document during the examination. So I go to task 2. My task 2 is about image editing and file management. This is very crucial. Whenever you want to create web pages, it is important that all the files must be held together in the same folder. So it is good for us to organize our files and do our file management properly. So create a new folder called March 24. That's the new folder. I'm creating it on my desktop. Okay, on my desktop, I'm creating it and calling it March 24. Okay, then the next thing is open the file m24 image.png in an editing package. That is m24 image. So I go here, m24 image. Yeah, so in the picture editing software, so I want to use maybe I should use Paint 3D. Okay, good. Paint 3D. Okay, all right. Then open the file in an editing package. Reflect means flip this image horizontally so that the balloon is on the left of the image. Okay, so that the balloon is on the left of the image. So to flip this is very easy. So to flip it, you click on Canva, and for this to come up, Canva, then the question says we should flip it horizontally, reflect horizontally. See this, flip horizontally. You can see that, flip horizontally. Then the next one is save this new image in your March 24 folder with the file name balloon in a format suitable for inclusion in a web page. Okay, all right, so I'm going to save it as .jpeg. Okay, good. So save as image, and I'm saving on the desktop in that file folder called March 24, and the name given according to the instruction is balloon. Let me check that again. Balloon. Alright, then in a format suitable for inclusion in a web page. So in a web page you can save as JPEG. Okay, good. Then balloon, save. That is done. Then the next one is locate only the following files and store them in your March 24 folder. Okay, so I can close this now. Do you want to save your work? Since I've received it, so I have that. Then March banner, text and video. Banner, text and video. Banner, text and video. So I'm going to copy this, copy from my source file folder and paste it in my created folder, which is March 24. This is my created folder, March 24. So I'll come here to paste. Okay. Alright. So altogether I have 4 files. Then the next thing is, look at it. So look and store them in your. So altogether I have 4 files. Then the next instruction is simple. Display the content of your March 24 folder, showing the folder name. Let's see. Folder name, file names, file extension, file sizes, image dimension, and the frame height and frame width of the video. So that's altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 properties. So to do that, you just have it open, then you can right click on it to show. Just say right click here, and then you can pick the kind of view you want, maybe details. Alright, from details I'll right click on this and go to more. If I cannot see what I'm looking for here, I'll just go to more. So the first thing they say is folder name, so I go to F, folder name. Yeah, folder name. You see, folder name, that's the first thing. Folder name. Then the next thing is file names. So file names are already there. Then file extension already there. File extension. Then the next one is file sizes. File name, file sizes. So let's see, file sizes. Okay, I can go to sizes. Okay, file sizes. I think that is already there too. Then the next one is image dimension. So I go to dimension D, dimension. Okay, then which one again? Frame height and frame width. Okay, frame height and frame width of the video. I think that's all. Then you say okay. So dimension, file extension, folder name, frame height, sizes is here. Type, they didn't talk about type, so let me remove this. Date, maybe file name. Okay, alright, those are the key things. So then I'll open it up here, so nothing is hidden. I could double tap here, so nothing is hidden. Dimension. Okay, nothing is hidden. Then I think folder name, you can see all of them. So you take the screenshot of this, Okay, all of this, then paste it in your evidence document. So let me call this one evidence 1. Okay, good. Yes, so this is fine. Evidence 2, evidence 3, and in that order. Okay, good. Then all of this is for 3 marks, which you have done clearly. Now the next thing is to go to the web page proper. So that's task 3, web page. Create a web page called sbs.htm and save this in your March 24 folder. So since we are saving in this March 24, the software we want to use to create this web page is Microsoft Expression Web. Microsoft Expression Web. So you click it to open it, and it's loading. So with this, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open site. So let me remove this. Create site, open site, and I'm opening the new site, which is what I created on the desktop March 24, and open it. Then I have it. So it's a good practice to have this. So with this, it will be easier for me. You can see the site. So these are the files I have there already. So that makes it easier. Then the next thing is to create the web page, and the name of the web page is sbs.htm. So the next thing is for me to go to new, or I come to file and go to new and go to web page. Please take note of this web page. So HTML web page, you have it here. So the next thing is to save inside the folder. So I will go to save as, what's the name? Look at this, by default it's saving in the folder March 24. So the folder is sbs. The name of the file is sbs.html according to the instruction. Okay, .htm. So it's the same thing, either HTML or HTM. Then save. So I have that. So that is good. Another thing you can do is that you can open your panel and see any of the stuff you need, folder list, so that you bring it here. Okay, so in case you don't want to have it here, you can just have it here so that you have it and be able to work with it. So the next thing is very simple. And that is, this web page must be created using a single table and work in all browsers. The table must fit 90% of the browser window, and it has a structure as shown in the diagram below. So don't forget, it must fit 90% of the browser window. So the first thing you need to look at is, let's look at the table. How many columns, how many rows? So like I normally tell my students that to know the number of rows, just do like this, as though this one is like this, this is like this, this is like this. So from here you can calculate 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4 row. Then 1, 2. That is 2 columns. So from here we know 4 rows, 2 columns. So I go to body. I go to table. Insert table. We have 4 rows, 2 columns. Then since you have been given in percent, so specify the width 90% of the browser window. That's what they say, since they didn't actually tell us whether it was only the width or the height. So you need to set that. They said the table must fit 90% of the browser window. So then I will specify for the height too, since we're not told here. So I'm going to make it 90%. Okay, good. Then what else? The border size, let's set it to 1 so that at least we can see what you're doing, because it has borderline, as we can see. Okay, then what else? I think that's all for now. So I click OK. Then I have this. Then the next thing is simple. Each table cell is identified with a letter. So dimensions are shown. Do not set the height of cells B or E. So I'm going to I like that. Don't set dimension the height of cell B or E. So I'm going to do this by merging these first columns. Okay, merging the entire column there. So I come back to this. Let me go to design view. So pick this, and then you merge it. Right click and go to merge. So the entire row, the entire column has been merged. So the width is specified. So while I'm inside this, I'll go to cell property, and the width is set to 30%. So I'm going to come to width and make it 30% according to the instruction, then apply. So that is done. Then the next one is B, C, D, E. So this is B. So I go to cell property, that is 70% for the width, only the width, 70%, and set it in percentage, 70% for the width. So this is A, this is B. Then the next one is let's go C, height 10%. C, height 10%. So you go to cell properties, height, and that is 10%. So change it to percent, apply, and say OK to that. Then the next one is height of D 15%. D, height of D 15%. So I come here, cell property, height of D, height, only the height, that is 15%. Okay, good, apply and say OK. Then the next one is E. Okay, E. Now let's go back to the initial instruction of saying that do not set the height of cells B or E, so which we did not set. Table borders must appear on the final web page. Okay, good. The cell content shown in diagram must not appear on the final web page. So what does this mean? Candidates have asked me over time. It means that all this lettering A, B, C, D will not display later when you are done with this web page. They are just there for now to guide you on the content of each of the cells. So take note of that. So number 3, set the title of the web page to Serengeti Balloon Safaris. Okay. Alright, to set the title, there are various ways by which you can do it. You can do it in the code view. Just come here and set the title, and set it to what they ask you, Serengeti Balloon. So you type okay, you set it Serengeti Balloon Safaris. Okay, that is set again. You save it to see what you've done, save it to see what you've done. That is quite simple. Safaris, that is for 1 mark. Then we are done with this. So it's a good practice, like I like to tell our students. Before I go to number 4, let me preview in a browser so that you see the way what you have done so far is looking. So save, come to file, go to preview in a browser, go to Chrome, and see what you have done so far. So good. So look at the way it's looking yet. Okay, good. So look at the way it's looking yet. Then we can continue with what we have to do. So let's continue. You see the title, the web page title that you have here, and that's what you have here. This is very good. Okay, so the next thing is place in cell A the image balloon that you save in step 1 so that it fits the width of the cell balloon. Okay, now to do that, the image balloon. Okay, so if I come back to design view, so I come here, balloon for cell A. So I'm going to replace A with balloon. So I bring my cursor here, delete A, then balloon, I drag it here, and I've brought it. So alternate text, I can call it balloon, that's the name, balloon. Okay, good, and I say okay. Now, so don't forget, the next instruction is so that it fits the width of this cell. So I'm coming to that. To fit the width of this cell, you can do it in 2 ways. You can have this selected, and then come to modify it or quick tag editor. Anyone you want to do, you can quickly do that. Anyone you think that is appropriate for you, you see you have it. You can set the width to 100%. So instead of having this, just edit the width to 100% so that it can fit 100%. Okay, 100%. Okay, so that it can fit into the width of the cell. Please take note of that. So then you say accepted. Okay, you can see that it has fit into the width of the cell. Then the next one is B. So you have done A. So B, the image banner, so that it fits the width of this cell. Banner. Okay, so you are doing for banner for B. So you come here, replace B and drag it banner. Okay, alternate text, I'll call it banner and say okay. Then when I have it, I can right click on it and go to quick editor. Then under the width, instead of 1200 pixel, so I'm going to make that 100% of the entire width. So with that 100%, then I say accepted. So and that is also done. Okay, good. 100% of the entire cell, that is done. Then the next one is let's go to E. You are going to put a video tag to display m2video.mp4. This is the video, this is the file name of the video, so that it fits the width of this cell. Okay, let's do it one after the other. But before I do that, can I preview what I've done so far to see that here is the browser? Let me reload. Okay, let me save before reloading. Okay, save, come to save, then you reload and see the way it previews. Okay, you can see that. Okay, it's perfect, right? Then the next one is the video for E. So I go to E. Now I can do it in the code view if I feel, or I can do it here. I'll just right click and go to quick tag editor, then I put my tag. So whichever one, I don't know the one that will be preferred for you, but let me do it in the code because I have a lot of code to write there so that you can see it for E. So here is it, where we have here. So replace this for, let me bring up the magnifier so that you can see clearly. So for proper explanation, and like I've shown in my previous video, I like to explain this exclusively. So for the video tag, since you are putting it in this cell, so you can press the return key so that you separate, the opening of the cell TD and the closing, then press return key again, then you start with video, then the closing tag of the video. All right, good. Then inside, within the opening and the closing, there's another tag called source tag. Source tag is you just close it this way, no need for /. Then in the source, it has some parameters, the attributes. So the first one is src equals, which is the name of the video file, and the name of the video file is m24video.mp4. So I'm going to type that m24video.mp4. that's .mp4. You have to type this correctly, m24. You can see that video.mp4, that's the name of the file, the video file. Then after the source, another thing that you can specify is type, the type of file equals, and that is video/mp4. Okay, mp4, please take note of this. Then the next one is what's the next they say in the question? Let's see that again. Let me adjust the magnifier so that I can see that clearly. So from the question, we have inserted the file name so that it fills the width of this cell. Okay, I'll come back to that. This video must show the controls and play automatically when the web page opens. So to make sure that happens, I'm going to go to the code again, and then let me use magnifier so you see clearly. So I'll come here, then I'll use controls. Okay, the reason for this control is that so that the control bar will be there, usually below the screen, where you can play, pause, and forward. So for you to even understand, let me pause and then let me save and reload so that you see what has been done so far. Save, then let me reload the browser so that we can see that. All right, you can see that. Okay, because of the control bar, you see. Okay, good. So what is the next thing? Let's go. Let me remove this for now. So we continue. So the next instruction says that, where's the next instruction? The next instruction says that let me remove this. Okay. The next instruction says that the video must show the controls and play automatically when the web page opens. Okay, automatically, for it to play automatically. So we go to the code and set it. Let me use magnifier for you to see, and then we set it to autoplay. Okay, good. Then you save. Then the next thing is what's the next instruction? Then display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video type. So that is very simple. Just go again, use your magnifier for me to show you. Then after the source, just type on the next line and say video format not supported by browser. Okay, this is what they meant by that. Okay, what's the next thing? Let's see. The next instruction is, okay, I think we have done that. Now another thing is that it fits the width of this cell. Okay, let me show you that by going to the code. Fit the width of this cell. So we can do it in the design view if we prefer. We can also do it in the code view. So the other time I did it in the design view. Let me do this one in the code view so you can see that. So you just come to the video tag, and so you realize that to set the width, you come here in the opening tag of the video and set the width to 100%. Please, I want you to follow on this part, very important. Then you remember that the question also says that okay, display an automated text-based error, which we have done. So this is a 10-mark question, so you can't afford to lose any mark here. Now I want to quickly point our attention to something. Do you remember that the question once told us, let me use this in red color, that do not set the heights of the cells B or E. So now, since we are done with this, let's save and preview. Then I'll come back to that caution. Save and preview. Let me preview. Okay, preview in browser Chrome. Look at the way it looks. It's looking as though, let me set the view to 100% so that you can see it clearly. Okay, good. Okay, look at the way it's looking as though something is wrong, it's not balanced. Okay, now, but you remember that this is cell B, and we were asked not to set height for it. And this last one we did, we were also asked not to set height for it, which is cell E. So let's quickly go back to the code and remove the height as we have set the width for it. Okay, for example, like the balloon, which is B, I mean the banner. So there was an height for the banner, so we are supposed to remove it since we have set. The question says we should not set height for it, so we are going to remove the height and leave it with the width. Okay, good. Then the one we just did now, let's save. Then for balloon, let me read the question again. For balloon, where we asked to, balloon is A. Okay, what were we asked to set for it? A, width, no height for it too. Balloon, width, no height for it too. Okay, so those are the things we need to take note of. So I will go back to my code and then see for balloon, do we have height for it? Okay, height was there, so I'm going to remove the height. Okay, good, because we have set the width to 100% to fill the cell space. So having done that, then let's save now. I think we are good to go. Let's save and reload and see the way it previews. Okay, good. You can see we are having a better view of the web page. This really makes sense, and that's why it is good to follow instruction. Read your instruction and understand what the instruction is saying. Very, very important. So I think we have a better view now. So the next one is let's go back. The next one is add appropriate alternate text to both still images, which we have added. So that is for, sorry, that's for 1 mark. Okay, good. Let me change this to yellow. Okay, good. That's for yellow. Then 1 mark, which we have done. Then the next one is enter in cell C the text this web page was created by. Then on a new line, enter your name, center number, and candidate number. This web page was created by. You are doing that in C. Okay, let me use the sign view. This web page was created by. Then your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, what else? Let's see. Created by. Then on a new line, that's when we put the center number and candidate number and set this to style H2. Okay, on a new line. So to import the new line, so immediately after the colon, we insert what we call the breaking line to it. So we can quickly insert that. Let me show you how to do that. Let me show you that. Okay, so while your cursor is here, immediately after typing by, then what you do is just come to break, a single line break, just double click it, it will create it. You can see that it's on the next line but still in the same cell. So if you go to the code view, you would have generated the BR code. You can see the BR code to enforce this to be on the next line. In fact, even if I bring this close to it like this, it will still display on the next line. If I preview it in a browser, for example, let me save and preview it in a browser. Preview it in a browser so that you can see that. Okay, good. Then the next thing to do is very simple. Let's go to the next instruction. Place in cell D the text from the file M24 text. Okay, we are placing it in cell D. Okay, the first one we did, we were supposed to set it to H2. Let me quickly do that to H2. Let me go back to this design view. While I have it here, I'll just come to fonts, sorry, and I set it to H2 heading style 2. So this one, we are opening what we have here. So just double tap this text, then copy all, select all, then copy and go paste it in D. So this is D, so paste it there according to the instruction. Then here is it. Then the next thing is that set this as paragraph style. Set this text as paragraph style. So while I have it here, I'll just come to style and set to paragraph style. Okay, you see that is set to paragraph style. Then the next one is set the text memorable and inspiring as style H1. Memorable and inspiring. So we locate that, search for it. You can use Ctrl F. Memorable. Ctrl F to search for it, and inspiring. Okay, you can see that is in the text, memorable and inspiring. So let's search for it, memorable and inspiring. You can see that, memorable and inspiring. Okay, memorable and inspiring. Should I check that in the code view so that I can see clearly? Memorable and inspiring. Okay, good. It's better here. Your visit to Tanzania. This is memorable and inspiring. Let me see, memorable and inspiring. Okay, set it to what? According to the instruction. Set the text memorable and inspiring as style H1. Memorable and inspiring. Okay. Sometimes drifting only feet above the water. Join us for a memorable battle safari in this, followed by a champagne basis in and then memorable and inspiring. I can't see inspiring here. Okay, here is it. Okay, memorable and inspiring. Set it to H1. You can see it at the start. Okay, good. Memorable and inspiring. So if I go back, that's the beginning. Memorable and inspiring. I'll just select just that and set it to H1. So memorable and inspiring. Let me set to H1. Sorry, it affects everything. Memorable and inspiring as style H1. So let me do it in the code view. Memorable and inspiring. So and set it to H1. So I'll have this H1 and then memorable and inspiring, and I'll close it here. H1. Okay, let me see that. Save and see the way it previews in the browser. Save, preview it in the browser. Oh good, you can see that memorable and inspiring. Okay, good. Then the next one is I think we are done with the HTML code. So the next thing is the CSS. Open the style sheet in an editor. M24SBS. So since we have it here, SBS, where is it? Here. Okay, I'm going to open it now. So as the instruction says that open the style sheet SBS, so it's still in our source file folder. Okay, here you can see it in source file folder. Here is it. So I'm going to open it using I will open it with expression web. So here is it. Now the only style that is defined here is the background color. Okay, good. But the instruction says that add CSS to this style sheet so that your name, center number, and candidate number are set as a comment at the start of the style sheet. So then if it starts, then I'll bring my cursor here. Okay, enter. Then it's going to be on line 1. So I start with slash star, sorry, then star slash. Inside it, then I'm going to put my name according to the instruction. My name, center number, then candidate number as comment. You know, comment is not executable, but you have to open and close it correctly, appropriately. You can see it starts with slash star and then star slash, or if you don't call it star, you call it asterisk. Okay, good. Now the next thing is then the table is center aligned within the browser window. So that is the table. So I'm going to open the table. So to open the table, I'll just bring my cursor here. Then I go to, let me use magnifier so you see clearly. I bring my cursor here. Then I'll go to where? I'll go to new style. Okay, new style. Clicking on new style, I have this. So the style will have table as the selector. Then what am I setting? Let's check the instruction once again. So the table is center aligned within the browser window. That's the margin for the table. Browser window. Okay, margin for the table, and that should be under is it position box margin. Okay, box for the table. So then I'm going to set it according to the instruction. It says that center align. So if it's center align, margin right auto, I'm going to pick that. Margin right auto, then margin left auto. Okay, good. That is it. This will set the table at the center. Okay, let me let me show that. Okay, then the next one is all table elements have the space between the border set to 10 pixels. That is border spacing. And border spacing will probably be under border spacing. Let's see, block border spacing. Okay, let's see, table border spacing table. Okay, good. Then I'm going to set this to 10 pixels according to the instruction. 10 pixels. Okay, border spacing. Then what else? All table cells have padding set to 20 pixels. That is cells. So let me see this again. Do we still have anything about the table apart from the cell? Okay, good. So I'm going to say apply and say okay. So we have that. Then I'll open another style, new style, and that will be for TD, which is the cell of the table, the cell within the table. So what am I setting for that? They said all table cells have padding set to 20 pixels. So padding, so that cell padding, that will be border. Let's see, padding box. Okay, and that is set to 20 pixels. All table cells, all. So that will be 20 pixels because this affects all 20. You can see that pixels. So I say apply and I say okay, good. Then the next one is let's see, all okay styles H1 and H2 use the font Cooper Black, font Impact if Cooper Black is not available. Then if those two are not available, browsers default serif fonts. Okay, so H1 and H2. So I go to H1 and H2. I'll set that as selectors H1, H2, H1, H2 as selectors. Then I'll come to font family. So the first one is Cooper. Anyone with serif? Okay, do I have anyone with serif? Okay, the question says Cooper Black, space black, comma. If that is not available according to the instruction, you should use impact. If impact is not available, then it should make use of browser's default serif fonts. So I'm going to say comma serif. Okay, good. So you can see the way I've typed it. Notice that the Cooper Black is put in Speaksmart in the preview. So say, because it's seen as a single word. Okay, say apply. What else are we setting for H1 and H2? Styles H1 and H2 are center aligned. They are center aligned. That's text alignment. That is block, right? Text align center. So you pick center. Okay, good. Then what else for H1 and H2? Styles H1 and H2 have a font color with a hexadecimal blue component of 99, no red or green. So no red or green. So that means it's blue throughout. And like I explained in my previous video, I said it that hexadecimal, to use hexadecimal color code, it starts with hashtag. Then the arrangement of the color is RGGB. I told you in the last video. I said for color code it starts with hashtag, then you have RGGB. That's RGB. So the first two characters represent red, the middle character represents green, the last two characters represent blue. So in this case now, where they told you that the blue component of 99, no red, no green. So that means red will be 00, green will be 00, and the blue will be 99. That is the implication. So we set this for H1 and H2 text color. H1 and H2, we go to text color, font, and we go to font color. So we start with hashtag according to what we have 00. I mean RGB00, then 99 for the blue. This is the shade of the blue for that. Then click apply. Then the next one, let's see if there is anything for H1 and H2. Okay, nothing for H1 and H2. They don't have anything in common, so we close this by clicking OK. Then the next thing is to specify specifically for H1. So you go to new style and pick the selector to be H1. Sorry, type in up a lowercase H1. What's the size? Font size. Okay, for H1 font size 18 point I. So 18 point. So you change this thing from pixel to point. 18 point I for that. Then say apply. Okay, so let's do for H2. That's the next one, H2. So you go to new style, H2, then font size. What's the size according to the instruction? That 14 point I, 14. Change this one to point, pt, apply, and say okay. All right, I think we are done with that. So make sure that your style sheet does not contain HTML or scripting language and is as efficient as possible, and that's what we have been able to do. So we were able to do all of these. That's very important. We are able to do all of this. So make sure save this style sheet in your March 24 folder in cascading style sheet format as m24sbs underscore. Okay, to save this in the folder and with the name m24sbs underscore. Okay, I'll save it, file, save as, and save it in the folder. What's the name of the folder we are working? That is SB. That's March 24. Okay, so I'm saving it as m24sbs underscore. That's the name, m24sbs underscore, followed by your center number. My center number 001, and then underscore your candidate number dot css to show that it's a css file. Then save in that folder m24. Remember, every file you need to create your web page must be held together in the same folder, so you have to do that compulsorily. So having done that, you see that the file that we just saved now is showing in our folder list. Here is it now. Okay, good. So having done this, the next thing is, let's see, take a screenshot of your style sheet and place this in your evidence document. Make sure the file name and all content are fully and clearly visible. So you go back here and take the screenshot. So the file name also must show. Let me close this for now since we don't need it. So this must show. I may close this for now. So then I take the screenshot. Okay, it must show the name and all the files that are inside. Then I go to the evidence, that's evidence 2, and I paste it as my screenshot. I open it up so that it can be visible when printed. Then the next thing is attach this style sheet to your web page. Remember, everything we have done here is 16 marks, so you can't afford to lose any mark here. Like I normally say, it is possible to score 100% in practical. So with this, can I open my HTML file, which is SBS HTML, and for me to attach style sheet? To attach the style sheet, you can come here, attach style sheet. Okay, or if you don't want to use this, you can come to formats and go to CSS style and say attach style sheet, any one of it that you want. Then you browse. The new style sheet we created is m24sbs underscore, center number and candidate number in the March 24 file folder. Then say OK, select it and say open, attach it as a link. Okay, then you say OK. You will see that has been added here. You can see it here. Okay, fine. With this, what's the next thing according to the instruction? Attach this style sheet. We have attached. Now let's see the next instruction. Save your web page. Let me save it and preview first. Save it, save. Okay, let me preview it. Preview in the browser. Okay, All right, let me. Okay, good. Now you can see the way it's displayed. Remember H1 and H2. Look at what we did to it. So this is beautiful. Okay, I think there's one more thing that we are yet to do. If you look at this preview, okay, let's quickly get that done. Let's go back to the question. The question says, before we go ahead, says that each cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown. Table borders must not appear on the final web page. Okay, so that means the border, the cell content shown in the diagram must not appear. So not table border. So definitely I'm going to remove the border that I said initially to 1. Maybe I'll send it to border style, I'll send it to 0. Okay, border width to 0 because the border line should not show according to the instruction. Can I preview now and see the way it looks? Okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You can see, beautiful. This makes sense. Okay, good. Then what's more, take a copy of your HTML source and place this in your evidence document. Okay, so to take this, just bring your cursor here, go to edit and go to select all. Everything is selected. Come back to edit and say copy. Go to your evidence document and that will be your evidence 3. Then you paste it. Do not tamper with the code and paste. Okay, do not tamper with the code. That is done. Then the next one is display your web page in a browser. If necessary, resize it. Okay, I've displayed it. If necessary, let me resize it. Perhaps I'll be able to take everything in one shot. Okay, it is not that possible. It will be too small. I think this is better. Okay, this is better. Okay, so maybe I'll take it twice. Okay, I'll take it twice. So, and it looks like this. So the next is the entire page can be seen. All the text can be easily read. Very important. The address bar is fully visible. Okay, now take a screenshot showing your web page in the browser. Place this in your evidence document. So as I have this, I'm going to take the screenshot. Maybe I'll take it twice. So the first time I'm taking this, I'm taking it with the address bar. Very, very important. The address bar. Okay, good. The address bar, let me take it this way. Then paste it as evidence 4. That's my evidence 4. Evidence 4. Then I paste it as the first one. And let me take the second shot of the preview. Then I have it this way. Then I take it again. That's around this. Okay, good. Okay, this is good. Taking it around this. Then I'll paste it in my evidence document. Okay, then I can click this and remove the before, space before, after, sorry, to 0, so that it can move close. And this one is after 0. Okay, I think it looks better this way. Then the next one is okay, take a screenshot showing your web page in the browser. Place this in your evidence document, and the whole of this is 42, whooping 42. So this is serious work that you don't want to miss. So make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page. Save your evidence document, print your evidence document. Okay, good. So this is the evidence document. So you save, then you go and you print it. Don't forget, it is in your evidence document that you have the printout for both the browser preview of your web page and all the codes that you have used. So you can't afford not to print it. Very, very important. Then you print, and that is the end of this web authoring aspect of this question paper. So please drop your comments. If you try out anyone using another method, let me know in the comment section so we can rub minds together and look at the preferred method. So I'll see you in the next video. I shall be working on spreadsheet aspect of this paper. Bye for now.